guys. Today is Tuesday, January 18th, and still have not tagged out. So I'm back over here in the woods in the parking lot. Gonna do a quick video and then go and move one camera, check both cameras, and then relocate the one that I'm gonna move. So I have a big, thick pine bedding that I'm gonna check out. I'm hoping that it's gonna show some pictures of some mature bucks. I found a lot of good sign in the thicket, so I'm pretty jacked up. Basically, today will be the pine bedding, and then let's see, Thursday will be the pushing up on private to public borderline again. So I want to try this spot one sit and just to see if anything comes out. Hopefully, a big one will come by and I'll get a shot. If not, then Thursday I'll just have to go back to that pine to the public and private borderline and then give that a shot where I seen the last 5 bucks, 2 shooters and 3 forkhorns. So just jumping around. Have a few other spots that I want to try out, maybe a couple clear cuts too. So we'll give those a shot. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully you guys will find this episode very helpful for you guys. So in this episode 8, it's called "It Ain't the Bow," meaning my bow is 12 years old and I'm still killing multiple deer every year. So I'm very proud of that. Very excited. A new bow would be nice, but why spend a couple thousand on a new bow setup when your previous setup is still killing them and doing the job just as well? So you don't have to listen to all these guys who have all the newest, greatest gear. Just take what you have, and I'll give you guys a few tips to help you guys out, build your confidence, and also be more successful in the field. So really, all the new bows now have the greatest, latest technology. So any brand, any model you go with, you can't go wrong. They've been building bows forever now. So the newest, latest, greatest, yeah, they're great. They're fast. They're um, stealthy. They work great. They look cool. They have a lot of gizmos and gadgets. Um, but really, what I found is that it really takes more than 1 year to really zone in with your bow. It could take 2 to 3 years, depending on how much you shoot and how many arrows you put through your bow. My bow is 12 years old, and I shoot quite a bit now more than ever. I try to shoot at least every day if I can, 6 to 8 arrows only. I try not to shoot too much so that your arms don't get fatigued. Basically, just shoot a couple arrows at a time and then focus on your anchors, your form, your release, taking everything slow, and just giving or tricking your mind to being in the moment so that you can make every shot count. When I asked my pro shop here, they told me at least 300 to 400 shots to really key in on your bow. And at the time when I bought my bow brand new, it took me maybe 2 months to do that. I was shooting quite a bit, but the more I realize is that you don't have to shoot so many per day, but try to shoot more repetitions, meaning every day, more sets of shooting. Seeing like if you could shoot every day, that'd be great, but then also shoot maybe 6 to 10, 12 arrows per day and kind of spread them out throughout the day if you can. That'll just help your accuracy and your confidence and your form so much, just because you're not shooting quantity, but you're shooting quality. And that's what really matters, is making the shots count rather than just pulling back and releasing. Um, that'll help you build those bad habits and trigger panic and all that bad stuff. So try to stay away from shooting too many arrows at one time. So just like hunting and real life, basically your mentality is what will make or break yourself. So basically just having a positive attitude, but also realizing that just because you have an older bow doesn't mean that those big bucks won't come into you. A lot of guys now are shooting a lot of older bows and even um, wooden bows, traditional hybrid bows. So if those guys can harvest animals with those kind of types of bows, then any model you have will do the job. Um, you don't really need a brand new bow every year. That's what I think. Like I said, I know some guys who get new bows every year, but they don't shoot any deer, or maybe just one or two. So it's more about filling your tags for me than gear wise. Everybody wants a new bow, new equipment. Yeah, that's great. But really to zone in with your bow and really be precise and be have the confidence to shoot accurately, that's what really matters. And a lot of the funny thing is people just want to hype everything up. So everybody wants to have the latest, greatest, but really, you just have to prove to yourself. You have no one else to prove anything to as a hunter. You just have to prove to yourself that you can do it. And that's the challenge. That's why we hunt, is because we're really not um, comparing ourselves to other people, other hunters, but really it's to challenge yourself and really just see how you can zone in your skills, and also how well you can shoot your bow and not have to worry about the other guys. So the biggest tip and secret to being a better archer would be just practice. And like I said before, not quantity, but quality, meaning you don't have to shoot 100 arrows in 1 hour. You can spread that out to try to shoot every day or every other day and shoot maybe 10 arrows per day. And just the repetition of shooting more frequently compared to actually shooting tons and tons of arrows in an hour or two of event. So just remember that it is quality over quantity, meaning you want to take your best shots, but also you don't want to take too many shots because then you'll tire out your shoulders, your muscles, your back, and you'll see improvement in your your target groups, and also when you're out in the field. I think that you guys will be more successful just shooting more often and not so many arrows. Another big tip would be to shoot further, meaning if your pins are set or you're used to shooting 20, 30, 40 yards, try shooting 50, 60, 70 yards. Just really to have a better form. The further you shoot, your form will be more and more important. If you're off at 20, 30, 40 yards, imagine how much you'll be off at 50, 60, 70 yards, because it'll amplify more and more the further you shoot. So I shoot to about at least 70 with my 5 pin setup. And another thing that would help you is it'll force you to concentrate even harder shooting those further distances, just because the target will appear smaller. Shoot further because it'll make your closer shots a lot easier and a lot more fluid. If you can shoot 50, 60, 70 really well, when you get to that 20, 30, 40 yard mark, it'll just seem like butter. It makes it seem as though the target's a lot bigger, and also you'll have a lot more confidence when you're able to hit those shots at the further distances. So really, it's just challenging yourself and forcing yourself to really zone in on your shot and every shot that you take with your bow and arrow. I wouldn't go crazy as to shooting 100 plus yards. I know a lot of elk guys do that, but for me, I'm not really comfortable shooting out to 100, just because I know out here hunting in these woods, you have a ton of branches and brush in your way. So we're on average shooting about 30 to 40. And if you're lucky, you might have some 50 to 60 yard windows. So I would say 70 would be the cutoff for me, but whatever you feel comfortable with, just go ahead and do it, because really in the end, it's just going to make you a better archer and a better shot. And the last tip, secret, would be just ask guys who are very accurate or shoot really well, and ask them what their program is to shooting. Meaning, don't be afraid to just say, hey, I'm not doing so well. Can you give me some pointers? Like I said, with just talking to guys in the parking lot about the deer activity. Same thing here. Just get tips and secrets from them. Don't be afraid to sound dumb or to feel like you're a failure just because you're not shooting so well. And sometimes they will. They'll share with you their secrets and tips, and these are just some of mine that I want to share with you guys. So I think these tips will really help you become a better archer and have more success in the field. Okay, guys, here she is. It's a 2010 model Z7 Extreme. I bought it brand new that year, and basically everything is still stock. I've only been through one set of strings. These are the original arrows I had came with them. Been through a few dozen new ones now, but they're the Go Tip Pro Hunters, and they are the 400 spine, and they've been doing fine up to date. So the only thing upgraded is this stabilizer. It's the newer model 6-inch stabilizer, but other than that, everything is still stock. So I'm still shooting this traditional index finger release from True Ball. That's the original release I had, and then my Spot Hog 5-pin fixed, and that's about it. I have the arrow quiver from Matthews, and everything else is still good to go. I do shoot lighted nocks from Nocturnal, and so far they've been really good, so that's great. And then here I will show you the broadheads that I'm using. I'm using these are Iron Wills single bevel 200 grain here, just for penetration. And then before that, I have a couple of Grim Reapers, and these are 100 grains with the 100 grain insert, just for the entry exit wound. In the past, I have killed bucks with this, but I've noticed that the penetration is not that great. So that's why I switched over to these Iron Wills. These have been doing really good. The only fallback is that they're very expensive. So you're spending about 200 bucks for a 6-pack, and they are very worth the money. I just wish that the blood trails were a little bit better compared to the Grim Reapers, but penetration wise you can't beat them. So anyways, just a quick video on my setup, and that's pretty much it. 12 years old and still killing them like crazy. So all right, guys, so in closing, I hope this video will help you guys out a little bit. Really don't blame the bow. You have to really blame your habits and how you shoot and how you hunt. Like I said, guys are killing harvesting animals with older bows, traditional bows, hybrid bows. So for us guys shooting compound, there is no excuses. So yeah, a new bow is always great. I would love to have a new bow too, but I know that that's not necessary because my 12-year-old bow is still doing the job and doing great. So I'm loving it, and probably not until my son gets older. Maybe if he wants to hunt, I'll give him my bow. But for now, I'm just gonna keep rocking with it, and every year, just gonna keep shooting and harvesting animals. So just make sure you guys are building up your confidence. A lot of seasons are already done for hunting this year, so right now is a great time to just keep shooting as many times as often as you can. The more you shoot, the better you'll be off during the preseason, right before season starts. Just try to shoot every day if you can, just a few arrows. I know I'm still shooting every other day, if not every day, and I felt like this last 6 months have been very helpful. Just shooting every day and shooting 6 to 8, 10, 12 arrows a day. It really helps my confidence, helps my thinking process, and I've already shot 4, actually 5 this year. I've already shot one nice mule deer in Colorado, and then 2 bun bucks here in Arkansas and two big does, and then now just waiting for my last tag, that big buck. Hopefully, he'll step out today, and hopefully these tips will help you guys out. And just want to say good luck, be safe out there, and we will see you guys on the next episode. Thanks, guys.